Hello again, whiskey fans. We're going to try to do a comparative review. I've tried a few of these, it's never worked. So we'll see if this one works. This is two Glenlivets, continuing on the theme. The ever popular 15 and the Nadurra, a 16-year. Now, this comparison is going to be awful complex because unfortunately Glenlivet hasn't done this, doesn't handle their whiskey scientifically. They make each whiskey to some extent be unique, not to allow you to compare the different processes. So, for instance, this one, the Nadurra, is aged a year longer. It's cask strength. This is not. Which means it's 54.2%. This one's about 40%. This is non-chill filtered. This is chill filtered. And this also is French oak. I'm assuming this is not, since this is the only Glenlivet that tells you that. And so they differ in multiple aspects. And they have different goals. This is, I think, from my experience with it, to give you a nice smooth drink. This is to give you the taste, a pure distillery taste. This one costs about $45 to $50. This one costs about $55 to $60. So you're going to pay a little bit more for the extra year, the extra whiskey, really, because again, 54.2, you can cut it yourself, and all that. And so we're going to try to decide. There's two questions: which is better? Is more better? This is more of everything except for an extra process, I guess you could say. And is it worth the money? Because that's always a relevant question. Is the $10 that this one's going to cost you, well, the Nadurra, not this one, it's going to cost you, worth the money? So there's our 15, and here comes our Nadurra. Or Nadurra, I don't know. Feel free to correct my pronunciation. I won't offend me at all. If I'm wrong, I want to be right in the future. Alright, and so let's compare these two. Try not to get them switched, though. Color's very similar. Very similar. I would have expected this one to be a little darker, just because it's got more whiskey in it. So let's smell. Straw, a little honey. Very sweet, very nice. Very nice. The Nadurra. Almost a cigar there, almost smell there for a second. The Glenlivet profile is very much there. But this one feels like it needs more release. Something candyish there. Certainly honey. Certainly the same things, but a lot of other things. So let's have our first taste of the... Well, let's start with the 15 to work up. A great first taste. Same profile as Glenlivet, 12, but a little more of a spice note and much less wildness into it. The 3 years has certainly, with the extra time in the French cask, has certainly benefited the 15. Substantially better than that. The very good 12. Well worth the extra. I would say worth the extra money, because it's a different caliber whiskey. Again, powerful stuff. So let's have a taste. Very thick mouthful, very boozy. Glenlivet profile comes up behind the booze. Quite a bit more spice than I'm used to from Glenlivet. On the first taste, I prefer the 15, but that may not hold. We'll add a little bit more water there. Let it open up. Let's move the cup over. Well, not there. We're getting confused. 2 bottles is hard for me to maneuver in this little desk. Now let's see what the 15's doing. Give it a little more time to open up. Sweet note is coming out even stronger now. Feels like it just feels like a nice little field almost. No need to do anything more to it. A little water will do it. Excellent little profile. Kind of a much earthy. Now it comes up at the end. Very good mouthfeel. Sweet. And drinkable. Very good. Very, very good. I'll finish it up. I mean, you'll have to decide whether it's worth the money to you. $45 is not cheap. Well, for a single malt of that quality, that's a really good bargain. Now back to the 15. The smell is really good now. Some fruits coming out. A little spice with your Glenlivet profile. Explosive now. More spice. More much more going on there. Much more tingling up with me. I'm beginning to prefer this one, the Nadurra, to the 15 as we cut down. I think it's a stronger whiskey. Now the Glenlivet profile is predominant. It's interesting how I've cut this. It's tasted more like a typical Glenlivet. Very honey, very straw. Everything very tempered. Nice spice note there. You can certainly taste some oak. Excellent. These are both winning whiskeys. Again, both at reasonable prices. If you want my recommendation, the Nadurra. Think about it like this. For the extra $10, for basically, I guess you could say 20% extra, you're getting something on the order of more than 25% more whiskey. Because of the extra, you know, how much less it's been cut. You get nice water, cut it yourself, and then enjoy that process. I enjoy cutting whiskey and tasting at different points and getting different expressions. With the 15, it's excellent immediately. A little bit improves it slightly, and you're going to love it. But this is a better drinking experience, and both are. But both are truly triumphs. For Glenlivet, probably the best purveyor of drinkable and affordable single malts. That's all I got. I will see you.